y'all, so I'm back video logging or vlogging. Is this technically a vlog? I guess I'm like vlogging. I'm on camera giving tips and tricks, which is being logged on my YouTube. Anyway, so I thought I'd jump on here and walk through my Roadkill Chicken Enchilada Board, okay? Or a Roadkill Chicken Board with enchilada sauce, which is like blood. So I planned a Halloween party. As you know, I do. I love planning events. So my Halloween happy hour is themed Blood is Thicker, which kind of is like a scary play on bringing community together, like all the loved ones together in one space. So blood being thick, you know, blood is thicker than water. I consider all of my friends to be family, just automatically, because I built my village to be loving and include all of the people I love and would rather be family, but I would want them to be blood if I had the choice. So the theme of the happy hour is called Blood is Thicker, and all of the menu items are surrounded or, you know, curated to be around that theme. The, you know, that core will be around that theme. So the first dish I thought that I test out for that event is my Roadkill Chicken Board, okay? And basically it's just a spatchcock chicken on a bed of rice, spinach rice. So it looks like it's like kind of grainy, has grass in it, you know, surrounded by some cilantro, which is just plays into the peppers and the enchilada sauce that's being used as the blood. The peppers are more so like when you pull a tendon out, or it could be worms. They're slimy, they fit into both kind of realms. And then I cooked the chicken on top of oranges and onions and cilantro. So those cooked down also look real gritty. And you know, when you find something on the side of the road, you can find it with anything, on top of an apple or, you know, old baseball. So the oranges are very appropriate to set that, you know, it's gritty, this is roadkill, it's dirty type of vibe. And then of course I dressed the board with some tortillas for people to kind of pull the shredded chicken, some rice, some enchilada sauce, some peppers, make some tacos or some, you know, burritos, whatever. So that's kind of like the basic breakdown of the board. And thinking about this board, and I think I have the sketches for this, so I'll throw them into this video. But I was just sitting down. Sorry, I just hear my dog's mouth in the background. Just. Okay. So like I said, the whole theme is around kind of blood. Blood is thicker. So even our family costumes are just surrounded by that theme. I'm so excited because I'm making our costumes. We have a one theme for the family. It's fun. It goes right on theme. So it's gonna be cute. But for the menu, I kind of sketched out. For the menu, I sketched out, you know, the island, how the food is gonna be laid out, you know, the coloration that I want. I think I'm gonna do a white tablecloth so that when I do kind of splatter things around, it's looking like a crime scene a little bit. It's looking blood splatter. It's emphasizing the theme, you know? And it also kind of plays into like a luxe bloody theme, so like the white linens, but it's also a crime scene, so there's blood and, you know, all that different type of stuff. So when I was sketching out everything, I said I need like one, because I kind of have two dishes that are kind of like, okay, and maybe I might practice with the other one too. But this one is kind of like the showcase on the table. Ooh, what's that? Oh, that's kind of scary. That's cute. So it's kind of setting a theme for the spread. So of course that's a big roadkill. This bird looks like it's been driven over, gnawed at by some, you know, forest animals. I don't know what is that, like a fox, or I don't know. I don't know too much about the forest. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's been gnawed at by something. And it's dismembered. But it's also dismembered in a way that it's easy for our guests to eat. They could pick up a leg or a wing, or, you know, get some shredded chicken and put it into their tortilla. But it's shareable, it's scary, but also cute. It fits the theme. So when I was planning this dish out, I went with the enchilada, and then later thought about, ooh, this would be kind of cute with butter chicken too. Add in a little bit more red dye to the butter chicken sauce to make it kind of like bright red, and those flavors. I just love butter chicken. Oh my God. If you haven't tried the Indian dish, butter chicken, you are severely missing out on life. Like, I had it last week. So I usually get Indian food or something, another cuisine, when Maurice and Layla are out, because they don't eat too much Indian food. But I got it last week, and I was just like, I have some leftover sauce, and I was just like swimming in that dish. Like, it's so good. So I said, okay, enchilada will be perfect for this. It can play as the blood. The flavors are there. It also is great being shareable with the tortillas. It's perfect. So I'm setting my process, right? So originally I bought a whole chicken because I ordered off of Whole Foods for Whole Foods delivery. And they didn't have the spatchcock chicken. So I'm like, I can totally spatchcock my own chicken, which I can. But that day I was a little off. I woke up in a little bit of a mood. I think that my mood was like overshadowing my shooting experience. So I'm like, and I'm also like tired. Like, I just feel like my weekend was just like eventful, not in a bad way either, but just eventful. So I go to cut the chicken, you know, the rib, cut the chicken, and I cut the wrong side of the chicken. Just start cutting right down the breast. And I'm like, oh. And you know, I could have still, which I did, I still took out the back, you know, the back or whatever, and cooked the chicken. But for presentation purposes, that chicken is not gonna cook up too cute with, you know, a big cut down the breast. So, like I said, I ended up cooking that chicken anyways, delicious. Had to start over. So I started with my compound butter, which I'll put it up on the screen. I don't know which side, maybe this side. It seems to have a lot of space right there. I put my compound butter together, which also kind of turned into loose butter because I think I warmed my butter too long. I absolutely did warm my butter too long. So I put it in for 15 seconds. It should have been between like 7 and 10, so it wasn't actually like making the butter hot, and then it melted, but it didn't melt down all the way, so I was able to still have some cool butter on top of the cold chicken that still kind of stuck in place and allowed the chicken to brown and get those flavors into it and stuff like that. I also just applied my butter on the outside. Like, I very much could have stuffed some of that butter underneath the skin, which would have made it, you know, made some of that flavor get down to the chicken better. But the chicken is so juicy from that orange juice and onion and flavors coming up from the bottom. Not even mad about what I did. But I think for the party, I will do the hybrid inside and outside. But got that compound butter on. My first tip with that is to make sure your chicken is dry. Completely dry and cold. Dry so that butter can stick on. It's not just sliding right off. And then cold, so when that butter does hit that chicken, it's kind of freezing in place. It's staying put. It's not going anywhere. That's what I loved about that. So I got the butter on, got it on top of the oranges and my onion. I used a sweet onion. I've also used red onion in this situation. In addition to those two, I had cilantro on the bottom just to add that, you know, the extra flavor, the extra flair that Mexican food and Spanish food has. Put it into the oven, started it off at 450 degrees because that really hits it, you know, like it gives that blast to that skin to make it crispy. So 450 degrees for about 12 minutes, I would say 10 to 12 minutes. And then I turned it down to 400 degrees so that it's still kind of a high heat. It's getting that crisp on that skin, it's browning it up, but it, you know, it drops it down enough so that it's not drying out my chicken. Which, by the juiciness of this chicken, it would have been impossible to dry this chicken out, child. This chicken is so freaking juicy. I went to go shred. I heard, but not even because it was undercooked, but because the juices, child. It was just, oh my God. I'm just like having thoughts about shredding that chicken. It's so good. All right, so Then I took it out the oven. Let it rest. You don't want to cut into that chicken too early. Let all those juices run out. That would be a disaster. Then you have dry chicken anyway. That's not fun. So let it rest. I let it rest for a good 10 to 15 minutes while I was doing other stuff. While the chicken was in the oven, I did get my rice cooking. So cook my rice normally, white rice, and then once the rice was done cooking, I added in my spinach, mixed it through, put the lid on, let it steam, and then the spinach was cooked down. And it made my rice a little sticky. I love like when my rice is a little sticky. You can just put it up in your fingers and what did I do? Yeah, the rice, the spinach cooked down the rice. Then I was able to lay the rice out on some crumbled up parchment paper. So what I do is take the parchment paper, ball it up. I'll show you. I have to use parchment paper for something anyway. Take the parchment paper out. Just take it in your hand. And this gives it that weird look. You know, parchment paper is not fun when it's like just flat and straight. So give it that weird look. Hey, baby. Unravel it again. And of course, the more you crumble, the more it's crumbly. How did you tell me it's going to Target? That's kind of how that happens. You wanna come say hi? It's gonna act weird.
Nah, I was moving silently because I didn't. You know the cooking demonstration?
Isn't that? I'm just recapping this board.
Oh, okay. Looks good.
Thank you. Thank you.
What's up, everybody?
You had some of the chicken from yesterday.
I did, and it was yummy in my tummy, honey.
So I'm just explaining the concept of walking through.
You made it again.
Yeah, I told you I had to. I had to shoot it.
So I get more?
Yeah, of course.
Well, it's gonna be a good day. Try some.
Okay, all right, okay. Thank you so much for being here and saying hi to my people. I love you so much. Bye-bye.
Try some husband-wife time?
All right, baby. I'll see you later.
We're gonna go that way? For this
Yes.
one?
Why don't you follow directions? Okay. So, got the crumbly parchment down first, of course. I used about 3 strips, one going this way, one going this way, and then kind of put one on a diagonal. Of course, making sure that the original piece of parchment paper I ripped off was a little longer than needed, so that when you crumbled it up, you can make up for that space. Laid out my rice and spinach, and then once my chicken was done resting, I cut the legs off, you know, the main body. Then did the same with the wings, and then shredded the breast so that it's pulled chicken. Then carefully, because it's still a good amount of juice that comes from it because it's juicy. It's just, can't avoid it. Lay that on top of the rice. Now you can have some fun with this, you know, make a leg a little separated this way, put a wing up here, you know, like make it look like it was ran over, beat up a little bit, mess with some, you know, wild animals, whatever. And then I place my oranges around, you know, strategically to spread out color, make your eye bounce around. So oranges are placed. You can place oranges in like a fold too, like I folded some so that it can be, you know, organically placed. And then once those are down, the chicken is down, I then place the peppers. So I placed the peppers strategically, like where like the separation was, like where the separation of the leg is, so it looks like a tendon was pulled out. Separation of the wings, and then a little bit spread out in the middle with the breast, so it looks like, you know, organs are coming through, like things are happening. This animal is dead. After the peppers were down, then I go back with the enchilada sauce, and I first start by pouring it in the middle, right? Because this is the main impact source. We're going to say this animal was ran over, so it's the impact of the run over. So in the middle, I pour the enchilada sauce, and then I take a spoon. Sorry, it's like a lot of noise happening outside. And I take the back of a spoon. Now this part, it gets very messy. So you want to make sure you have it in a space where you're not right next to things that can also be messed up. Like create a barrier. What?
No, you said this part get crazy. I wanted to hear what that part is about.
So I was telling them how I poured the enchilada sauce in the middle.
Okay.
And I was saying like it can get really messy, this part. So I take the back of a spoon and I just like slap the enchilada sauce so that it splatters all around the board, but then it creates a reveal of the middle so you can still see the flesh, but the blood is like organically, you know, spread out from the flesh.
Can I see that slap motion one more time?
This.
Ha! There it is.
So I made a mess so everybody else does not have to. So please make sure that you have this in the area where the slap can be, because it's red. You know?
Not as I say, but as I
do.
No, not as I do, but as I say.
As I say, please.
Okay.
For the sake of all furniture and your home interiors, and do not call me or write me if you mess up something, because that's not on me.
Because you told them.
I advised them not to.
You didn't do it, but you told them.
Exactly. I'm going to put a disclaimer on the screen. Once that's done, then I lay down cilantro. Cilantro is like foliage and, you know, leaves and things like that. So it's playing that role on the board. Also plays the role of being inside the taco or being as garnish on a dish that people wanted. So I have it strategically placed, of course, spreading out color and stuff like that. And then, I gotta backtrack for a second because I didn't even talk about how when I put the chicken on top of the rice initially, I did drizzle it with the chicken dressings first so we can get that flavor emphasized on the chicken first before putting the enchilada sauce on. Okay, so then when finishing up, of course, put the tortilla on, put some tongs on the board and maybe a spoon so people can easily grab stuff and grab their stuff, and then it's a done deal. You got a scary roadkill board. That's fun. I had fun.
Can I say something real quick? This is really your lane.
Yeah, I do this for events.
This is really, I mean, even from the instructional and the teaching and your voice, it's so elegant and heavenly. I love listening to you.
Oh.
And I just think that you really got to do more. Don't y'all agree? I know they do, but you really got to do. You got to do more of this.
You know, a part of being a projector is to learn things in human design. A part of being a projector is to learn things so that you could turn around and teach. That's a strength of a projector. So that made me think about content differently, because content gets iffy. Like when you learn things, you don't want to turn around and then put it right on your social media because it looks like you're copying or you're stealing. Right. You know what I'm saying? But it's not.
Or a money grab
But everybody had to learn it from somewhere, and it's all about the way that you do it and your integrity.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to learn how to spatchcock a chicken yesterday. But I'm not going to not show my board or my dish because I just learned how to spatchcock a chicken yesterday.
Right.
You know, like that's one part of the overall vision.
One part.
You know? So yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate you saying that.
No problem. I want to see more of this. So when I come home, you should be teaching the world something.
So you can eat?
There's a lot of benefits that come from this. Me eating is one of them. Right? You know, but I really think it's just, this is your niche.
No, definitely. And I definitely am going to take them along with the decor, like the DIY decor. I got a couple of interior projects coming up that I'll definitely have on here, but definitely keep y'all in the process of this Halloween happy hour lettuce sticker theme. Yes. And how that develops.
Woo!
Your board is here. It's easy. I mean, it's easier than a lot of other things that you may see, but definitely an easy thing. It's organic so that you really can't mess it up. You know, like it's meant to be messy. It's meant to be scary. It's meant to be rugged. So this is something that these are things I love to do because like you can put your own flair on it. It does not have to be absolutely perfect. But yeah, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this, or if you tried it or shared it with somebody. Let me know if there's anything you want to see. And I'm gonna try to drop it.
What about even some pictures? Send them some pictures.
Send pictures, send love. Be good to yourself. Talk to you later.
What's the better way to do the peace sign? Forward or backwards?
I mean, I'm always gonna go backwards.
I like that look on you. That dude on the other side. So no, flip your shoulders.
What?
No, turn it the other way. Yeah, see that shoulder out in alignment. to do that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
It's not in alignment with my swag knees.
No.
Like, alignment is here. Straight shoulders. This feels like the 70s. All right, I'm going. All right.
Well, I think they don't they don't know. They know that there's something going on. They're just not sure what it is. Know that there's a mood happening. They're just not sure what the mood is.